So it's the new year and you are not ready. You have found yourself exhausted from friends and families and the holidays, and you have not set, or maybe you have heartedly set your goals for the upcoming year. In today's video, we're going to talk about the 8 steps required for you to not only set your goals, but ensure that you see them to reality by the end of this year. Hi, this is Sundey Gardner, your online travel boss. There are many areas of your life that you can focus on, and in this video, we're going to focus on job and career. In this first step, what I want you to do is I want you to put your dream hat on, and I want you to think about what your future life would look like given if you had everything that you wanted and you accomplished everything that you wanted relative to your job and your career. Let's say that one of your visions is to start and operate a successful 6-figure travel business. That's your dream, right? So that would be your step 1. Once you've decided what your dream is and what your vision is, in the second step, you're going to analyze where you are today. So if your vision is to have a successful 6-figure travel business, then where are you today? Maybe you haven't started. Maybe you've only looked into it and you've just researched a few options. Maybe you have a business and you're only working part-time and it's not at 6 figures. Wherever you are today, you want to be very clear about where you are against your vision. Step 3. In step 3, what you're going to do is bridge the gap between where you are today and where you want to be, and identify things that you can do in the next 12 months to get you closer to your vision. So using the example that we've been using, let's say your goal and your vision is to have a 6-figure travel business, and right now you only have researched that. So in the next 12 months, your goal would be to actually launch and operate part-time your travel business. Inside of step 3, what you want to make sure is that your goal is specific, it's measurable, and that there's a timetable. So even though we've set the goal of starting our online travel business, we haven't identified when we would want to do that by. So let's put a timetable. Let's say by June of this year, we want to have launched our travel business and we want to be operating in it part-time. Step 4, a self-assessment of why you haven't accomplished the goal in the past. And this is referred to as your roadblock. What is preventing you from having done it before? Because it's probably not something that you just thought of. It's probably been on your heart for some time. So what is causing you not to do it? So some common roadblocks are money, family, friends. You're afraid that you're not going to be supported. Maybe you don't have the skills. Maybe you don't know what it takes to do it. Maybe you are too busy at work. Maybe you just had a baby. Whatever those roadblocks are, you want to bring those roadblocks up to the surface and write them down. At minimum, 3 to 5 roadblocks, I'm sure, can surface if you really be honest with yourself as to why you haven't accomplished your goal. The next step is your constraints. So that really focuses on what is constraining you or keeping you in that roadblock. And that's usually categorized into 3 areas. Is it fear? Is it a skill set? Or is it lack of discipline? Many of the times that I haven't been able to accomplish a particular goal, it's because of fear, or I haven't been able to discipline myself enough to be able to accomplish that. Now, those may be hard pills to swallow, but the reality is that those are the things that have kept me from being able to accomplish the things that I want. In step 5, I want you to identify what your constraints are. Is it fear? Is it knowledge? Or is it self-discipline? Be honest with yourself, because if you're not honest with yourself, you're not going to be able to accomplish the things that you want. It's not that your goal is wrong. It's probably because you've given in to the constraint or roadblock that you have before you. All right, next step. Given the fact that you understand what stopped you, what's keeping you in a place of non-action, step 6 is really about what do you need to be able to propel you out of that stagnant position. So step 6 is what propellers do you need? And that will fall into one of 3 categories. Do you need people? Do you need skills? Or do you need other types of resources in order for you to accomplish your goal? So let's discuss what kind of people resources that you may need. In my business today, we are growing by leaps and bounds. And so one of the things that we need in order to propel us and accomplish our goals is that we need additional resources on our team. We need to grow our team from 2 to 4 people. We've identified specific skills that we need in those people, and those people are who we are interviewing for currently. Same thing for you. Do you need a specific person with a specific skill set? Maybe you need a business coach. Maybe you need a trainer. Maybe you need to take a class. Whatever that may be, you want to be crystal clear as to what it is. Is it a person, or is it a skill that you can acquire on yourself or through another person? Some of the things that fall under miscellaneous may be things like, for example, I have gone through 2 laptops in the last 6 months. And those are laptops that have been in my possession for a couple of years now. So one of the things that's on our propeller list is that we need to get a new computer. Those are examples of other items. Maybe you need software. Maybe you need an application or whatever that may be. And those would be things that would fit under the other category. I would tell you that anything great has not taken one person to create. You need a village to raise a child, and you need an army of people, or at least a small troop of people, to help propel you to the greatness that you set before you. So don't be afraid to identify who and what you need in order to be successful. So oftentimes we stop with the goal and we don't think about and break that goal down into specific steps or items that we need to do in order to get that accomplished. So let's take the example that we've been using, and let's say we want to start a business, right? Inside of my travel guide, I give you 5 steps as to how you start that business. Those steps are: first, you need to identify a travel niche. 2, you need to properly do a business formation. 3, you need to do a branding strategy. And 4, a marketing strategy. And then 5, you need to decide if you're going to get the superpower through being a host agent, partnering with the host agency, or doing it yourself, right? Those potentially would be action steps that you would need to write down in order for you to start your successful travel business. I've given you the outline, right? So you would want to write those steps down and actually put a timetable to that. So let's talk about the first one. When are you going to establish your travel niche, right? Say you're going to investigate what it takes to do a travel niche, and maybe that's going to take you 3 or 4 weeks to investigate and then determine what your travel niche is. Whatever that timetable is, you want to put time targets associated with each of your action items. Putting the plan in place. And really what you need to do is the best advice I can give you is to actually have a physical planner where you actually are writing down your particular action items and slotting them on a particular day, week, time period, so that you actually have the time allocated to get that particular task done. Maybe a task takes multiple weeks to do. You want to break that down further so that you can actually have time allocated to get those tasks complete. It's not that your goal is the wrong goal. It's probably that you haven't finished the goal build out such that you're focused completely on it. You've allocated the time necessary for you to get it to accomplish. What you focus on is what you complete. And this year, that's what I want you to do. Is I want you to achieve, not only write down your goals, but I want you to achieve your goals. This year is Invictus, the incomparable you. This is Sundey, and we'll talk soon.